Hey, this is the one we been waiting for, man.
Oh man.
This
Oh,
is the one.
it was sad watching. Honestly, it was it was sad watching, man. Um and I watched it, I watched the game with my family, and it was just, I knew that we needed to lose, in order for the team to get better. But my family, they don't know football as much. They just know they love the Lions, and it was sad to watch. It was sad to watch their faces and to feel the pain that they felt.
What were you going through? Were you like, this is it? Were you like,
I
how
was
is
I was I was telling them the whole time. Listen, this is what you get when you. I mean, again, we say this week after week, and people still have failed to. They still fail to realize it, but this is what happens when you take Jared Davis in the first round, when you don't have a defensive line, and you take Hawkinson at 8th overall. You took Jeff Okuda, and he was garbage this game. I mean, the big play, Carolina didn't have many chunk plays. They didn't have a lot of big plays, but the main ones that they had, it was on Jeff Okuda.
yes, sir?
He was very bad. Wow. I mean, but I mean, what I can say is they did a good job against the run. Um, what's my guy? I mean, they did a good job against the run.
Oh,
So
against
I'm,
Mike Davis?
yeah, against Mike Davis. Penency, I know he was, he did a good job. He was trying to make his presence known. I did see him. Everson, he tried, but I also think too, stuff can wear on you. Stuff will wear on you when um, I mean, you go through the game and you trying to play your heart out, and then you look on the other side and you look at the offense, and it's the third quarter and you haven't scored a touchdown. Prater misses another field goal, and I honestly don't even I can't really even blame Prater because yeah, I mean he usually knocks those guys through. I think it was what 46 yards. He usually knocked those guys through, but I mean he shouldn't have the weight of the team on his shoulders. It's the third quarter. You shouldn't have that much pressure on you. If I don't kick this field goal through, if I don't nail it, we don't score. It shouldn't be that way. So, I mean, I can't even blame them. I mean, will they probably move on from him next year? Probably so. But I mean, uh, that's how it goes. I mean, Stafford, he missed a couple throws. I mean, the game wasn't all his fault either. I want to say the game wasn't all his fault. But he missed some throws. He took a couple bad sacks, for the big play. Hawkinson dropped a couple balls. I know he dropped at least a first down. It just
Yeah.
looked bad. Play calling looked bad.
Right.
You know, same old, same old.
Yeah, I think. Well, I actually think it was a different kind of a loss. It was a different kind of a game today. Like we as Lions fans, we haven't, like they said, we haven't seen the shutout on this side since 2009. I
2009. That
think.
was. Is it the first time that Stafford? Yeah, I think they said it's the first time
Yeah,
he received
he's ever
a
experienced. Yeah,
shutout.
experienced that.
Yeah.
So this is kind of new. Like I think at the end of the day, we always expect to see some kind of offense. It might not come, throughout the game
Yeah.
consistently, but we always see some kind of scoring, and for us just to get shut out by a defense that's not. We all coming into the game, like the preview, we said they play physical,
Physical. Yep.
and you could tell.
They.
Yeah, we could tell they play
Yep.
physical. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, no. I was just agreeing with you. You can tell that they play physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on both sides of the
Yep.
ball, and us having Matthew Stafford, all pro quarterback, going against Walker,
hmm
like you said, he's guy got cut 12 times in the
Yeah.
NFL, XFL player. So you think we would have an advantage
Yeah.
there? You
Yep.
know what I mean? and I don't think Stafford's hand was bothering him as much as I thought it
Nope.
would be.
I seen him. I actually seen him on the sidelines. Telling the coaches. I think they was asking him like, "Hey, is your hand all right?" His hand was fine.
Right, and he was slinging a rock. He was slinging
Yeah.
a rock. They had a real good game plan. Carolina's coach definitely got outcoached
Oh
in that
yeah,
game,
they got out coached
big time. We got outcoached
on
big
offense
time.
as well as defense. Yeah.
Yes, they came in with a game
Yep.
plan. They
Stuck
stuck
with it.
with it. They They defense. I take my hat off to their defense. I'm a real big fan of Shaq Thompson, and he played that linebacker spot. Oh, I like Derek Brown too,
Brian
man. I know you
Burns.
mentioned him. Oh, and Brian
Burns,
Burns.
man, and that was a guy. With Burns, wasn't he the guy who? I remember he was one of those. It was like 2 years ago. He was one of those top pass rushers, and then he got drafted somewhere else, and then they traded him, right? Or they cut him or something, right?
I'm not sure
I
100%
know he
on
was
that one,
definitely
but
one of those. He was one of those top flight pass rushers the year that we didn't take any of them. Um, but yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he had gotten drafted to a place and he got cut, and then I'm happy to see him doing well over there. Brian Burns, like you said, he was doing his job, he was doing his thing.
right, which always shows team like I like teams of progress. You might not have it together now, but at least you showing some signs of hope. And it just feels like on our end, everything is unraveling. Just looking at
Yeah,
Stafford now,
yeah,
offense, the
yeah.
defense. It was just like,
Goodness.
yo, where's the hope at? Like, give me something to be proud of. I guess we could say Danny Shelton. I felt like Danny Shelton had a real good
Yeah,
game.
because they did. I
Um,
mean, they were doing their best to stop the run. They didn't have a lot. I mean, you're not going to take Mike Davis out of the game completely, but he had a couple nice runs. But not they didn't. He didn't gash them. And that was good to see. He didn't gash them. You had a couple guys out on the defensive line. Hand out. I guess Hand is pretty much showing you now that he's really a non-factor because they played the exact same way with or without him. Um,
right.
he's showing you he's a non-factor. And again, Walker, PJ Walker, and I went and watched film on him last night. Actually, he was the best. He was like the best XFL quarterback that there was, and you can
Hmm.
see it. You could see it even in the game, like he played, like when he got into because his natural ability is to he got an arm on him, is to
Oh, he
throw
got a cannon.
and to run. So I remember in the XFL they were calling him like young Patrick Mahomes because he has good vision. He does he made some mistakes today. He made some mistakes that in which is even crazier because if you think about his two interceptions
In
in
the
the
red
red
zone.
zone, this 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 game could have been 30-0. This could have been a 32-0 game if
Easy.
he hadn't, and
Easy.
that's against an XFL quarterback. I think this game, if you left this game not realizing like, listen, this is not working. If this game doesn't scream to ownership like, hey, this is not working, it's not gonna work. We need changes. If it doesn't scream to them, like I don't even care what they do for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even care if they win next week and then lose out. I mean, it's to me, this game screams you need to make changes. This is only the second shutout in the NFL this year.
Right.
And I mean, these just don't happen. Shutouts just don't really happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something that really. I mean, it's just not something that really happens. A lot. It's like, for a team to score 0 points, that says a lot.
And to a team that's probably on the bottom tier of
They
defensive
had lost
rankings,
5 straight.
and you got shut up by that team.
They,
And they quarterback was a guy that played in the
he has
yo.
never thrown a pass for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I kind of got on Twitter right after the game, and I could just see people. I read like the first four tweets, and people were ready. They're ready. They're ready.
Yeah, I mean you have to. I mean you have to be for the people that's still out there screaming, "Hey, you know."